Looks like I'm about to get funky. Well, let's give it up.
I smoke 2 joints in the morning.
What?
I smoke 2 joints at night.
Okay.
I smoke 2 joints in the afternoon.
Oh, all the time.
It makes me feel alright.
Would you like to dance with me with the cosmic slump? Would you like to dance with me with the cosmic slump?
As I don't curse him out, and as long as I don't threaten him, I can say what I want. Am I correct? Yes. We sick and tired of that nigga there.
All right, I think I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Even I don't get to go. Yes, I'm ready. Well, welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. This is the full moon edition. I am going to combine the full moon with my picks. So I'm going to go over my picks. Not going to be here too terribly long. I mean, man, I played pickleball. Let me see what I finished with. No, the clock charted. But I played 3 hours, 3.5 hours of pickleball, y'all. Let's see if I can get 12,261 steps, like almost 6 miles. I played pickleball. I must have played 30 games. I played from roughly 10 o'clock. It was even before that. I didn't even think about that. We actually probably started playing about 10:45. And I didn't quit till 1:30, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, around 1:30-ish. I quit around 1:30-ish. And the game was smooth, really played good. And like I can't. So like where I play is supposed to be 6 people that's advanced, which, we're all probably in the 3 plus. Sometimes I'm probably a 4, but most time I'm a 3, 3.5 maybe. But anyway, so, and then the other guys come in that, because I really like getting out of there early. I like playing from 10 to noon and going to hot tub. And then I can be up out of there by 12:30, 1:45. But if you play from 12 to 2, you're getting out of that motherfucker like 2:45 after the hot tub and the shower. And so, yeah, so I was going to play in the morning. I've been invited to play in the morning, but I don't think so. And I tweaked my knee a little bit. I started playing with tights, which is really cool because they kind of keep your legs warm and shit. So I had a good workout. Played really good. It's funny, like I played with some really good players my last 3 games, and like all of them had only played 3-4 games. I done played 27, 28 games. And I'm playing against good players that's only 3-4 games. And it's like I wasn't tired. I'm in such good shape where I don't get tired, but I get fatigued. You just get fatigued. It's like your reactions get slower. Your movements are a little slower. But because I wasn't tired, it was just I had played so much and my knees a little sore. So But it was a good day for that. The rest of the day was icing because I use electric stem and I ice my legs at the same time. So that was the day, and I had to cook. My wife said she was going to have a dinner, but she ended up just coming home. So I made some salmon. I try to cut out steak, burger, red meats. I try to cut them out for the most part, and just eat a lot of fish. Oh, and yesterday was my wife and I's fourth anniversary. So we've been married for 2 years. We've been together 3 years. So it was our fourth anniversary. And I made her this cool little basket. I found a little basket. She likes baskets. And so I think I was in Target so long. I think they thought I was trying to steal or something. But it's my Target, so the people as soon as I go in, somebody spoke to me. Hey, good to see you again. I'm like, but it's just I couldn't find really what I wanted to get her. And clothes is tricky, Clothes is kind of tricky. Unless it's some really athletic stuff, nice clothes, it's kind of tricky to buy. Sweaters not, because what I just bought her. Oh, for her birthday, I bought her this sweet wool coat. I mean, I kind of know what styles are, so I bought her this sweet wool coat for her birthday. Um, so I ended up getting her. I found some maybe daisies, maybe daisies. I forget, maybe mums, the type of mums, maybe. But it was the color of our wedding. It was the color our wedding colors, and I bought a basket, and so it's a little basket so big, and just got her car, and we went out to it's called Porter Creek, which is up the street from us. Good food, good. I had some walleye. I don't know if y'all have walleye, your part of the country, but I love some walleye. So that's what we did yesterday. Today, just got done watching the Laker game. You could see that they was gonna let, because Wemby in foul trouble, you could kind of see they was gonna let the Lakers win that one. So that one did not surprise me at all. So I was a surprise. But General Peace, what's happening? Thank you for joining, Dr. Sinister, my man, and $1,000,000. What is happening? What is happening? So tonight, I was gonna do it in the morning, but I'm definitely gonna. I've got the full moon things set up, so I'm gonna talk for a little while, and then I'm just gonna let you. If you guys want to meditate with the one divineness, that's up to you. If you want to turn off, but it's a beautiful full moon. It is the Beaver moon, a beautiful energies. And maybe I will do a little. Let me show you something. To show you something happening. All right, I had to get this torch. I think I'll take my shoes off. It's a little chilly in here, but I think I can still take my shoes off. Okay. All right. So, really good meditation yesterday. And it's like I think I mentioned this the other day. It's like this witch has been bothering me. She's been bothering me, and I can tell. I know her telltale signs, and so I don't know how. So it looks like she over it. But anyway, I always burn this Palo Alto. I'm down to one piece. This is my last piece of it. Yeah, that's it. This is the last piece. And I'll just show you, when I burn this stuff, I show you. I got my candles going. But let me show you how it generally burns. And you'll see. Now you see how easy it went out? I mean, see, it's barely burns. And it's really for the smoke. It's really for the smoke. But again, just to show you. And you have the things around you to, give you some protection. You take a smoke bath, get, clean your aura a little bit. But see, you see how this, it doesn't burn very long. It doesn't burn very long is my point. Again, I'm gonna light it again just to show you. This shit it doesn't really burn very long. See, it doesn't ever catch on fire. It's just mainly for the smoke. You understand? Get my wand a little of this smoke. So you see, it goes out very easily. Okay, let it burn a little more. Play with the fire a little bit to see if I can keep it going. So you see, it doesn't really burn. And that's really what it's for. Get some of the smoke to my wand. But this whole room it does work for me. You know, this is my meditation room. That's why this is my office. And so this is, where I get deep into thought. But I bring this up because, again, something, something's been there that's been fucking with me. And I've been burning this. I've been burning this piece since last April or May. You see that? This is what it should look like with a little burn on it. Like, so this took away something off of me. And like, as I lit this, and again, it was probably lit to this much was probably burned. This whole thing just took off, and it was so much fire. It kind of worried me for a second. It was so much fire, but because like I moved, I've got a paper here I've showed to my ancestors, but I moved it before because I was like, okay, this is a fire. So I put it the motherfucker in here, and this motherfucker is burning. Burning. And I'm looking around. I'm like, do I got time? Do I want to leave the room? Do I got time to get some water? And I just put my singing bowl over it and snuffed it out. But I mean, this is kind of, it shows you that it's working for you. And so whatever this took off me, which was, it burned it off me, which was kind of cool, because it's smoke and the fire, that's an entity into itself. And, everything, and it's like the way it works is like everything in this room, I activated and so everything is starting to work. And so whatever was around me, this took it off. And, everything in the room, I guess could say channeled through this. And I mean, this motherfucker's burning like a motherfucker. And you saw how this stuff doesn't just take off on fire. I mean, like when I lit it, it immediately had a fire like this high. And I'm just kind of playing with it, but it's like steadily catching fire more and more, just really catching fire. So finally I put the motherfucker in here and I had to put my singing bowl over it to snuff it out. So, and that's what you want. You want the stuff around you to do things like that. So, B Brown, thank you for joining me. What's happening? So, this is my picks. And as you know, I am 80, 32, and 1. No, sorry. 87, 40, and 1. So breaking down the games, it's not quite in the order I have, but I can adjust. So Falcons and the Colts, I might as well switch over so y'all can see the shit too. So the Falcons and the Colts, I've got the Colts. Browns and Jets. I'm picking the Jets to win at home. It's going to be interesting. Will they let Shador play? It's doubtful, but will they let him play? But I think the Jets are going to beat the Browns at home. Vikings and Ravens. I'm switching this one. I think the Vikings will play good and beat the Ravens. I'm going to switch that one. I'm going to go Vikings. And we might go to this game. I'm not sure. Well, let me see. I'm going out of town Saturday, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go to that game or not, but maybe. There's a big maybe. Let me see, bounce around. Panthers and Saints. I think I got the Panthers at home, even though that one probably should be switched, but I'm going to stick with the Panthers at home. Bears and Giants. Bears barely won, but they should win at home, but I wouldn't be surprised. Now, this is a team I've been rolling with, the Buccaneers. I've been rolling with the Patriots, but I think the Buccaneers do it at home. Bills and the Dolphins. The Bills should win. I picked Texans last week, and the Texans just they sucked last week. But I think the Texans will beat the Jags. I think I'm going to stay with them. And again, I think they've had 2 games in a row, and they lost last week at home. This one, probably with the Jags might win that one. But I don't know. I'll think about this one for a second. Cardinals and Seahawks. I got the Seahawks winning at home. Rams and 49ers. I have the Rams winning on the road. Commanders and the Lions. The Lions should win easily. And then Sunday night, we've got the Steelers and Chargers. The Steelers, I'll say this, the Chargers have not been consistent. And what do I have? Eagles. I picked the Chargers because I've been rolling with them. This one is one, I don't know. I don't know. Chargers have not been consistent. I'll say that. But neither have the Steelers. They haven't been that consistent either. So that one that could go either way. And of course, Monday night, I got the Eagles. I don't care. They can go up there. It's cold in Philadelphia too. They can go up there and play the Packers. So Monday night, I've got the Eagles, of course. So it's Broncos, Colts, Jets, Panthers, Ravens, Panthers, Vikings, Bills, Bears, Texans, Seahawks, Lions. And let me look at that Texans again. I don't know. The Jags ain't been playing good either. And didn't the quarterback go out? Yeah, I'm going to switch that. I'm going to switch that one. I'm going to switch to the Jags. I'm going to switch that to the Jags. So it's on wax, but that's the only way. I think I'll let everything else roll. The Bears-Giants kind of worried me, but I think the Bears should win at home, but that doesn't mean they will win at home. So that's my picks for the week. Voorhees the native. Thank you. Long time no see, big dog. Not sure why I haven't been seeing you notifications. I go live twice a week. I do the Saturday Night Live bullshit just to get some short views. And do the grip gloves things, it's like comes a point, is it too much? It's like I've proven the grip gloves over and over again. And so if I see one, I throw it on every now and then. The basket manipulation, again, it's you can tell it's a different sound when they help out. And, they can make a swish too. Like we've always said, they can make a swish. So, but those are my picks. And so I still been trying to find my last year picks, and I can't find it. I look through this stuff and just can't find it. So, yeah. So I come on and I give my picks, and then I give what happened. So I come on about twice. Really, like I've been up since I've been up since 8, easily 8 o'clock. And I'll leave out the house about 9:30. And the gym is only like 10 minutes away. So it's not, it's just going through the stoplights. And then at 8, the traffic isn't really so well. When I left at 9:30, the traffic's not so bad. Like when I go Friday, the traffic it'll be a lot of traffic. Because I live near one of the major kind of city highways, because we got a lot of the city highways. It's not interstate, but it's kind of, I guess, a country highway. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a main highway that runs miles. But I live right off it, and then it goes to the interchanges, if you can dig. And then there's been a lot of construction. They just finished the construction recently, so. And the weather's changing a little bit. We're supposed to have a cold front, but it's like Monday, it was 60. It was 60 Monday. It was 58 yesterday. It was at least 55 today. I mean, I'm wearing sweatsuits and shit coming out the gym, but it's nice. Now we're supposed to get a little cold spell this weekend, but for the most part, it's pretty nice. I mean, we don't have snow in October, so no snow in November is great weather up here. It is really great weather up here. And so normally I don't like staying up this late. Yeah, it's kind of late for me. But tomorrow I'm not playing pickleball. I don't really have to do anything tomorrow. That's the good thing about being retired is, my time is my time. Another way you can call that is I'll be pimping, because again, a pimp is a person that no one tells them what to do. That's all. It's nothing more, nothing less. I mean, the original word is a man of leisure, if you can dig. So that's what I get to do. I'm hanging out with my 84-year-old mother tomorrow. So. And it's funny, like as you watch your relatives, like I remember my mother being 20. I mean, I do just think my mother, when I was 10, my mother was 20. You can dig it. No, she was 30. Excuse me. She was 30. She was 10 years older than me, but she was 30. But when I was 5, I can remember when she was 25. I can remember how she looked. You know, I can remember her late 20s because that was the hippie time, but I remember her in her early 30s. You know, and it's just funny as you watch each other, you know, they watch you grow, but you watch them age. You know, that's why I talk to my sons and stuff, my daughter. I'm like, "Well, you know, I know I look older now. I mean, do you notice? Because you look older." My oldest son is 36. So I'm like, Mug, you look older. So I know I look older, but that's life. You know, that's what you want. You want to get old. I mean, you know, we have a mentality where young people's mentality is, I'm not gonna get old. You know, they live a life where they live so reckless and they think that they can't get old. You know, and that's why a lot of them look at life. It's like, why do I care? I'm not going to, you know, live too long anyway, because we've accepted that as a culture. The culture has accepted that. I mean, something that started in the 80s that was really initiated by the FBI, CIA, the drug wars that started and erupted all across the country. I mean, LA got hit, you know, with a little bit of the military thing, but it spread all across the country. I mean, you watch Al Prophet and you watch, you know, the gangsters in Detroit and what they was going through. So this thing was going on, you know, all over the country. And it is still continued to this day. You know, murdering for what? We had a young man murdered here that my friend, my best friend Tony, he called me and his daughter knew him. He had posted about it. His daughter knew him. A boy, I think that she's in ninth grade. He was in ninth grade. He got killed. I'm not sure how. The worst thing I heard about was in Michigan, where I'm from. Um, a lady, a drunk driver, killed 3 teenagers going the wrong way down a highway that's 70 miles an hour. And I don't think she died. I don't think she died. I think she lived. She survived. Woo. Perfectly imperfect. Sorry about that. That's all right though. Perfectly imperfect. But you know, she died. I mean, she lived. But what people know, they've been showing who she is and what's gonna get this lady is this lady. Somebody posted her pictures, and all of her pictures have her drinking. Like somebody posted about 30 pictures of this chick, and every picture this chick is drinking. Now, you know all that's coming to court. I mean, it shows she's probably alcoholic. A young woman. I mean, she appears to be late 20s, early 30s. But drunk driving, going down the wrong way. And it's like if you think about it, you'll notice pretty quick. You know, you notice because you can see the other because it's one of the main big highways where you know it's 3 lanes on each side, or maybe 2. I'm not sure how the Michigan highways are. Maybe the Michigan highways is only 2 lanes on each side. So you never notice the lights, and then again, like how do you take that wrong intersection? That's the other thing. The way the lights is you know, and it's mostly signs that say "Do not enter." So you're that drunk, you just took a left. And I've said this. I've said this about drunk driving. There's an entity that feeds off the kind of motors and everything that help. I mean, that help build the kind of motors we have, because that's what it feeds off of. This pollution and these bigger cities that's got a lot of pollutions and stuff. There's an entity that loves that. There's an entity that's called the troll under the bridge. So they like that, you know, the driving and the gas, and but they like the motion over the highways, and even with the electric cars. And so I've said before, you know, that they just like this picture back here of the Chrysler building being built, and the dudes, you know, you can't see it, but the dude's sitting on the tower. Again, you know, I think it was something like they said 10 to 50,000 people helped build it, and less than 100 died without harnesses, with nothing. Like this picture behind me, they're sitting on this beam. They're sitting on this beam. And I've said before, you know, even buildings are entities. This entity can't let these people building it die, because entities wanted to be in Manhattan in that granite. So they needed these people to build it so they can put themselves into the buildings. They can't let people die while they're building the motherfucking building. Because if every day 2, 3 motherfuckers is falling off it, what happens? people ain't gonna go build it. So it's kind of it's the ropes and the harnesses, the entity kind of hold on. And driving is the same way. It's an entity that it can't let a lot of people die while they drive because people will stop driving. And so, there's a way you can really plug in. Now, I ain't saying don't drug driving, but I'm saying there's a way you can plug in and the system will help take you home. And I've told a story that happened to me about, I guess about 30 some years ago. I watched a dude come over. He poured right here. This is about, let me see. It's probably 10 ounces in this mug. And this mug is probably 10 ounces, not quite 12, probably 10. I watched this dude drink 14 ounces of Old Granddad. He poured a tall glass, which was probably 14 ounces. He drank, he poured half the fifth, smoked a square, and we sitting there talking, and it probably took him 25 minutes to drink it. He drank all that shit, and I was interested to see how he's going to respond. So I walked with him to the car. He had an old K car. Look up old K car, Chrysler K car. Cheaper is cheap. He wasn't pimpy at all. And I watched that car back up, go and drive this motherfucker home. And he never touched the steering wheel. And I'm only telling you this story because what I witnessed. This motherfucker never touched the steering wheel and the goddamn car backed up. Now, I told a story of the big fat guy, Tiny in Chicago, where Tiny could drive his Cadillac in his belly, where the steering wheel was in his belly, but this wasn't that. He wasn't touching. He was just sitting there drunk. And the car backed up, pulled forward, because he lived literally 2 blocks away. But the way he has to go, he has to drive because where he lived doesn't connect. So he's got to drive around to where they connect. And so it'd probably take him 7 minutes to drive home. But this young lady, and I had a cousin that got killed the same way on 131 coming from Grand Rapids to Kalamazoo, going from north to south, 131. And my cousin got killed the same way, coming from a party, 2, 3 in the morning, dude driving drunk down the highway, didn't have his lights on, and hit him head on. She died almost instantly. And shit, this was in 1986, I believe. Because, yeah, I was 24, and so she probably was 20, 21. She had just had a daughter. Her daughter, let me see, is her daughter older than my son? Yeah, my son wasn't born in 89. Her daughter was born in 85 or 86. So, yeah, she's older than my son. Yeah, she's going on 40. So she never really knew her mother. But same thing. Very, very unfortunate incident, for the families. And, it's a trauma to see young people and then young people ain't there around because you expect, especially school age people to be around. But so I'm not going to go over any debauchery tonight. I think, I just want to put out positive energy because that's what the full moon is for positive energy. The moon is all the ideas, all the thoughts go to the moon. And so it's a good time to be, especially I think it's the Beaver moon in Pisces. And so look to see how that affects you. And the energies go. And I've said this before, the energy, and when I turn over to One Divine, and she tells you too, the energies is always 3 days before and 3 days after, so it's 4 days before, 4 days after. So, and my meditation was like really, 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 really deep. It's like where I know I'm going to go. And that's why it's interesting. I listened to Bomber on, I think it's Blue Magic 365 or something like that, Brother Rich. He was talking about, fourth dimension and it being like Hayes Beans, which is a little bit of Wes Paneri's work. I don't know if you guys are hip to Wes Paneri, but you can look him up. But a little bit of his work, because what Wes Paneri was saying, again, it gets into the Anunnaki stuff where there's just Hayes Beans. And I've talked about this the other night. It is the Hayes Beans, so you've got 3-dimensional Anunnaki and then the original beings on Earth was 4-dimensional beings. According to, if you listen to what Bomber's saying, but that's kind of what you get out if you merge what both of them are saying, Paneri and what Bomber is saying. You know, if you kind of merge the two, that's kind of what he's saying is fourth dimensional beings, and that goes back to Atlanta. You know, taking maybe the fourth dimensional being and putting him into a three-dimensional body, or the haze beings is what Wes Paneri calls it. You know, it's like even the Anunnaki couldn't see the people. It's an Anunnaki story where I think it's Enel is like catching rabbits and shit or setting rabbit traps. And every night he comes in there and he doesn't see the traps. You know, like the trap is empty and the food or whatever is taken away from the trap. And so one day he filmed it to find out, and he sees these haze beings are freeing these animals because they don't need to eat the animals. You dig? You know, they don't need to eat the animals. They just get energy from the sun. And that get into, you know, that's what, you know, and that's why I say Wes Paneri copied a little bit of Dr. Valentine's work, because you get into Dr. Valentine, and Dr. Valentine talks about that we you know, we were different hues, not just, you know, pale and fully melanated. We actually had blue melanation, green melanation, and brown melanation, like the trees and stuff. And that we got fed just like the trees and the plants get fed. You know, we need some extra nutrients, but basically the sun gives us everything we need. And when we're haze beings, you know, you just the energy of the sun. And it's interesting. Wes throws in there that all the haze beings, because they gave out a little bit of a shimmer, so all the different haze beings, you know, stayed together. I mean, again, it's hard for some cats to write not that racist shit, but it's kind of getting in there, even talking about haze beings. But anyway, I just wonder, because as I go into my own meditations, you know, where I'm going when I pass, I already know exactly where I'm going, because when I meditate, I go there constantly. And it opens up, and it shows different fractals about where I'm going. And you know, it's like when you get into deep meditation and you're just into it, what happens is, you know, as you get older, you start thinking, wow, one day this is just going to be my only reality. You know, this is going to go away, but that is still going to be there. And so, you know, it's steps, it's work you do now, and it's steps you do. But it's like the Book of the Dead, you know, again, you know, I know Quantum of Science knocks it, but it's not very many books that prepare you how to be dead. And you know, how to close up all your orifices so you shoot up straight up out of your head. That's right. There's nothing wrong with teaching that. There's nothing wrong with teaching you that if you're with a person about to pass, you want to rub their heads because you want them to shoot out of their crowns. And it also tells you how to close up all these orifices right before you die, how to close them up. So again, this is, you know, it's not a hard read. It's just a lot of information. But again, you know, it's discernment. It's discernment. You know, you don't have to get into, because I think Quantum gets into, he gets tied into and it's not, he says the Bardos, but I broke that down years ago, saying that ain't even what it is. It's called something else. And it just shows you different. Again, you've got people trying to write down a very hard science of what to expect. And so again, we have a culture of this is what they experience. And that doesn't necessarily mean those steps have to be taken from you. This is the steps that their cultures take to, again, make themselves go to the next level. So that's, you know, a lot of things don't prepare you. And it prepares you really nothing prepares you to go into, you know, what, I'm not even gonna say it's the underworld, because it's not really that, but it's like, you know, there's portals for each and every one of you to go into different existence, to in a different state, a different state than this body, a different state than your astral body, but it's a different state. And you know, that gets into, you know, what the shaman talk about on how, you know, you get an animal, and this animal can traverse you or take you through through, other levels of existence. And it's not even got to be a different, fourth degree, 3D, third dimension. It's not even that. It is a whole nother kind of plane of existence where if you need to go talk to beings, it's a way that you can do that. It's a way that you can talk to these different, I don't even, it's not even strong as entities. It's another world that you can put yourself in, and you can use spiritual animals to help you with this. And so, you get into a little bit of shamanism, you know, and so it tells you ways how to get into that if you need to get into, because sometimes there's questions you need to go ask. I mean, for some people, and if you know a realm where you can ask these questions, boom, you know. But again, you got to know how to go in. You got to know how to, answer the riddle, or, that kind of stuff. So, hey, Johnny Blanco, don't know if you remember me. Strong discernment. Glad to see you. Kicking the knowledge. Well, thank you, Johnny. That's cool. That's cool to say. And it's like, one important thing is, and it's like I keep, now where is it? Okay. Like I keep this, and I try to keep this between me and the Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi is under me. But shungite, I've told you before, I've drank, like the water in here comes from my filtered sugite. I drank filtered sugite out of copper. And so this stuff is inside me too. I always keep some of this around me or near me. And but this really, and this pyramid shape is the best to put near your Wi-Fi. What was his name? One of Sly's guys. I can't think of his name. He was the exercise dude that played college football too. But he was saying how he was experimenting, how this was affecting his Wi-Fi, how close he was putting it to it, and how it was affecting his Wi-Fi. And again, this is proven. If you painted a room with this, you can get this powder and paint. And if you painted or even painted panels and put it all around you, this would shield you from a lot of rays that's going around. We are bombarded by so many rays, it doesn't make sense. And this is one of the few things that's been proven that can protect you from it. And I have this, all over. I have salt lamps, and in all my salt lamps, like I have a salt pyramid right here. And it has some sugite next to it. It might be one of them little magnets you put on your phones. It might be that. And my big one downstairs, I got a basket of salt. It's a basket of salt rocks, and then I have a shungite egg. And that the egg is really, of all the shungite shapes, it's the strongest because again, it's infinity. It's the beginning. So, oh, but I was saying, like, when you do take these trips, you do have to remember that you want to be grounded. That's the biggest thing, and because it's like because you can get what's almost like a balloon. Like when you blow up a balloon and you let it go, your meditation could be a lot like that. Like you're starting off with a lot of energies because you're there, but then you're just fluttering. You just can be fluttering. And it's like it's not keeping you centered, because that's the thing. It's like when you blow your third eye open, what happens is a lot of times you'll see stuff here, you'll see stuff over there, but you be like, no, I don't want it there. I need it right here. Because it's always like you're never in the dark, because there's always a light that, for most people, the first light that it turns on is right here. That light to turn on right behind your ear. You can never really see it, but it's there. It's like, and plus when you go in, you're like in the center of everything. You're not in the front and back side. It's just one. There's no front of you. There's no sideways. You're just one. If you can understand that, there's no different sides of you. And so to have that focus and have that control, it's good to be grounded. And it's a lot of different things you can do to ground you. You can put the shungite on the floor. Like I have shungite in my bedroom because it helps ground my dreams. Because when you're up, like right now, I'm on the second floor, and the cube shungite is good for grounding you when you're on a above floor. Now, when I meditate, I have a big piece of petrified wood, and I use that petrified wood to help ground me. So when I get into it, I am more focused and going forward, and not just kind of fluttering around, if that's understandable. And it's funny how, I was looking at a thing, how they say a lot of people's third eye is not open. And that's mind blowing. My third eye has been open most of my life. So it's hard for me to imagine a person that, that's calcified, and that's a real thing, is you can have your third eye calcified. I mean, the fluoride in the water, there's so many things that don't want you to blow this open. But that's one thing about melanin. I was listening to one dude, and they say that even your pineal gland is a color. It's a darker, almost black kind of color. So it tells you this is melanated, and they say melanated people have an easier time to blow their third eye open than European folks. Theirs are more likely to get calcified. And it's not to say it's not a lot of deep people. Do you think other people's souls, beings can be there with you? Do you see them there in meditation? I've told the story before about my, what would this be? Be his mother. So my great-great-grandmother, her name was Rachel Brewer Macon. And we have pictures of her. And one time, and I've told the story many times before, but one time I saw her and she came to me and hugged me. And when she hugged me, the whole side of her family embraced me. I mean, I'm in the middle of like thousands of people just all hugging, like they all came to hug me. My hugging her opened up me to all them. So yes, I've had instances where have seen loved ones, dreams and stuff. But yeah, just meditate, just straight meditating. I think I told you, I mentioned this in the last couple of weeks. Back in 16, it must have been November of 16. And I think it was like this time of year. I think it was this full moon. It was like the darkest day in 500 years. And one of my guides came through in his golden. It was like he had on a Pope outfit, but he had a flying like a flying king's chair, throne. That's the word I'm looking for. He had a flying throne. He just came through. He's just a guide. He just came through and said, "Hey, what's happening? He's like, I've been waiting for this." He said, "I got a lot of freedom tonight." So I have touched, and something also you'll notice too is, and again, I know what color when I'm home, what color that is. But a lot of times you'll see the faces and stuff come through. You'll see people, you'll see just being checked out too. I mean, this thing is so vast, and you can't, like, I put myself in a terrace, as I always said before. But even being in the terrace, it doesn't stop from all the people that check out to see who's at this level, or who can be here, or how can you see me? I mean, that kind of thing happens a little bit too. Or guides can come in too, because and so yeah, you can see others. You can see, like I was saying for Halloween, that was the time, the biggest time to check with ancestors, because the veil is really thin. And so that's not talked about enough, that's the time to see ancestors. That's what, when you put out the candy and stuff and the drinks, that's what you do for your ancestors. Not physically, it's like this is a tribute to them. Yeah, so it's a lot of ways. But it's like anybody can put up a little shrine to any of their relatives, and that's okay. Like what I'm gonna do down my hallway, I'm a copy idea from my dad, where I'm gonna just start putting the family tree as you walk in my house and you see all the family people. I'm gonna hook all that up, if my wife will go for it. But that's what I think. I think that looks good. You come in, you see pictures, because that's why I think I'm gonna put all the pictures of the children too, instead of putting them in the living room. I'm gonna just put them, because I was gonna put them in this wall over here, but I think I'm just gonna put them as you walk in, and there'll be a tribute to each one of them. you know, from little to how they look now, that I have and I've collected of them. Because they say their mom has a shrine of them each, which is kind of funny. My three boys, their mom, you know. So, but that's good because that's how when she lived with me, that's how we did it. We celebrated our children, which you should too. So, but yeah, I love this time of year. I mean, the moon, the energy, as I was saying, this thing burns. So the energy and the meditation, and I might, I can't go too much later, but I might even be able to get a meditation in tonight. And what I do, let me see, might have to turn around and grab them. and I'm old man, and now I'm trying to think of what these things are called. It might come to me, but I use these little pyramids, and these are type of they got it'll come to me in a second. But lithium. This is a stone that has lithium in it, and make a terrace, and a terrace is nothing but a box. So I put these to put me into the terrace, and then you put one into the center. And this is the same material, but this material grows into pyramids. I mean, if you see it, like I got a big piece downstairs, and it even can be green. A popolite, that's what this is called. Crystal told me. A popolite. This is one of the stronger, just like this is another lithium base, and this is nitrolite. So I put these all around me, and that kind of it's like, and then I got the singing bowls and everything, and so everything, and it's like what was that one movie that the lady wanted to bring her son back, where he once he did a field around the house, a protective field around the house, he was like, don't break this barrier. And all of a sudden she broke the barrier, and she started getting attacked by, I think, the black book. Is that called Black Book? Can't think of the name of that movie offhand right now. But so that's the kind of barrier you want, that you really are safe in. Have very similar vision thoughts. Can't call it meditation because I struggle seeing through the darkness, I guess. I use a blackout. Like a couple years ago, Target was selling these pure blackout goggles, and I mean, they were blackout goggles, and I haven't been able to find them again. I've been wanting to order them, but I haven't ran across in their catalog online. I haven't found them again. So I just use the cheap little sleeping mask, even if in the daytime or even at night, I use the mask regardless. A little better at night, but the blackout, I mean, the mask I put on is enough to make everything come through. So yeah, I have no problem, because it's like the darkness goes away and just colors come in, And it's like one little hint I can give you for sure is like when you're into, like, if you close your eyes and you see purple moves you. That's what moves you through all this. If you have like all purple around you, that means you're moving. That's how you appear to get from one place to the other in the purple. The purple seems to move you from one place to the other. So that's what I've experienced. So when you start just seeing all purple, now if you're seeing red, your vibration is not quite high enough. If you're seeing a lot of red, that's kind of the low vibrational level. But if you get it up to purple, then you'll start moving through it. And wherever home is for you, I can't say what's color, because blues come out, oranges come out, gold comes out. So all kind of colors come out. So it turns away from darkness, and it's just all color filled. It's just colors coming, colors coming at you, and colors and fractals, fractals. Like some things, the way our mind is shaped, is like we perceive like what would be buildings in this realm. We would perceive it looking like buildings, because again, we see the fractals we know. You see those type of fractals there, just the way your mind works. Your mind is going to tell you this is just, this is a building here, but really it's not. It's just a type of fractal. So, but I'll just say keep trying. I mean, whatever way that can find you still. It's like, tell you interesting. I got up to pee one morning, and then this vision really bothered me until I really understood what it was. And so it's like um, I had laid down and briefly fell asleep because I had to get up, not long after I laid back down. I knew I was going to have to get up. But it's like the little time when I laid down, I had a vision of my daughter. And my daughter looked at me and she turned around walking, looking at her phone. And then when I broke it down, I was like, oh, she's watching over me. Because I had to ask her, I was like, you worry about me? She's like, yeah, because you're old man. And, I was in the hospital in 24 and all that. So, I know that's kind of in the back of her mind somewhere. But it was like, that's what it was. She watches over me. So that's kind of cool. That's the motherly thing. But that's spiritually, she watches over me. And so that was kind of that was cool to see that. Because she was like, oh, you noticed me. And so she turned around like, okay, you noticed me, you're okay. So, and visions, visions can come at any time. Visions yeah, visions can come at any time. And then it's funny, the deja vu dreams, or just the deja vus, where you re going over an event that you've witnessed before, and you get it like a second chance, or like a reward. I think quantum of science calls it a reward, which I think it is. I think it is. And once you're more in tune to that, you get you see the rewards more and more all the time. Because deja vus happen more. Because I'll be watching the game and stuff like, damn, I watched this like this at this very moment, that very play. And that's that's the kind of deja vus will come. It's like that's what a show up of if you remember one part of a vision, or even a lucid dream, you saw one part. Lucid is where you have control, and that part for some reason sticks to you. And then when you see it happening in real time, you're like, oh shit, okay, this is what I've witnessed this before, So if you start seeing a lot of deja vus, then know that that's, you're doing something where you're vibrating high. You're vibrating high, and it's a kind of type of reward. And it's like the system kind of, it's like maybe you're a step above the system a little, spiritually speaking, you're a little step above the system a little bit. So, well, I do got to go to bed. So for those of you that want the meditation, I'm gonna play it for you, and those are my picks again. Broncos, Colts, Jets, Panthers, Bears, Vikings, Bills, Bucks, Jags, Seahawks, Lions, Rams, Chargers, and Eagles. So I will be back either Sunday or Monday. I'm going to play this meditation, and then I'm not going to come back on. I think I did enough talking. But thank you guys for coming. Thank you for the questions. And those of you that want to sit through this full moon meditation, this is One Divineness. And I'm going to let it go. Let's see. Like that, but it's a good, I'd say it's a really good, so for those of you listening, if you really want to get into meditation, it's a nice little, it's about 20-minute meditation. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to let it go because, again, I'm not going to try to stay up all night. And I'm sorry for the lazy ass up and play pickleball. And so for those of you who want to do the meditation, I am going to show right here. All right. I'm going to start it right here. And again, this is the One Divineness. And those of you that want to get into the meditation part, you are welcome to. Those of you that don't, well, then you don't. But I'm doing this for those of you that want to get into the meditations. This is One Divineness. This is 3 or 4 years ago. But I'm going to let her bring it in. And if you want to participate, then participate. If you don't, then that's okay. I'm going to stretch my legs and let you listen to some of my old work. And
open, be relaxed, listen to my voice, follow my voice, and we should have a good meditation. All right, let's go ahead and close our eyes. Palms up. We do the palms up to receive. And we're going to start with some breath work. So as you breathe in, you're going to breathe in through your nose, and I want you to breathe down to your belly. When you breathe down to your belly, I want you to expand that belly. As you're breathing in, I want you to focus on breathing in love and light. Then I'm going to have you hold the breath. And then after we hold the breath, we're going to do an exhale. You're going to exhale from the belly out through the mouth. I'm going to give you some numbers. We're going to count this. So as I'm asking you to exhale, I want you to breathe out anything that's heavy, anything that you're carrying, anything that is keeping you from your dream come true, from your wishes, your desires in your life, and give it to the Creator, to Source, to God. When we do the breath work, just relax. Just be calm. No worries, no stress. Do the best that you can. Don't worry about the counting. If you can't make it to the full counts, it's okay. Do you. Okay, let's start with the first breath. Breathing in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now exhale from the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Push it all out. Let it all go out. Next breath. Breathing in through the nose. Love and light down to the belly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale from the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, pushing it all out. Good. And last breath. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale from the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Releasing it all, letting it all go. Now we're going to just do a scan of the body. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top of the head and we're going to move all the way down to our feet. I just want you to go through the body and release any tension, any stress, any tightness you may be feeling, any stuck energies. You're going to imagine it going down a drain, or you can just give it to Mother Earth. Mother Earth will recycle that energy. So don't feel bad that you're giving it to her, just release it to her. Or like I said, just imagine it going down a drain, like you're standing in the shower and you're just washing it off. So let's start at the top of the head, releasing anything that is tight, just letting it go. Let's move to our forehead, any tightness in the brows, your eyes, letting go of any stress. Moving down to your ears, your cheeks, your nose, your mouth, your jaw, chin, releasing any tightness in the shoulders, going down your arms, into your elbows, your lower arms, your wrists, your hands, your fingertips, letting go of any stress, any tension, any tightness in your upper back, your chest, lower back, your stomach, releasing any tension in your hips, lower legs, moving into the thighs, the knees, lower legs, your ankles, your feet, your toes, just letting it wash away, just releasing it, giving it to Mother Earth. Now I'd like you to take an inventory if anything still feels tight, going back and giving that area some love and allowing it to release. Let's start now by bringing your awareness within. I want you to start focusing on bringing that awareness from your mind down to your heart space. Start pulling that awareness into your heart space. As you keep a light focus between your brows, not looking for anything, not stressing about it, just a light focus as you pull that awareness into your heart space. And gently pulling it down. As you do so, I want you to listen to the sounds in the room that you're sitting in. Maybe the fan is blowing or the heat is blowing. Just allowing those sounds and not attaching to them. You may hear family members or pets in the background. Just allowing as you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. You might hear some cars driving by. Just allowing those sounds to occur as you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. Or just being. Nothing needs to be done in this moment. Thoughts may be rising in your mind of what needs to be done after this meditation or what needs to be done tomorrow. We're not going to attach to those thoughts. We're just going to let that energy pass as you're just being. As you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. Not worried about the bills, the chores that need to be done. Not worried about the workday for tomorrow or for the rest of the week. Just going to let those thoughts pass as you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. Letting go of any irritations you may have had today with things not going your way. And just allowing it to pass. As you sit in meditation, you may feel some numbness or tingling. That too shall pass, not attaching to it, or just being. Keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. If thoughts continue to rise, just gently pull yourself back into the heart space. Gently bring your awareness in. Now, being in the heart space, I want you to imagine a green lotus flower opening up. If you don't know what a lotus flower is, it's okay. Just imagine a flower opening up. This is where our love resides, in the heart space. I want you to move your awareness within the heart space, within that lotus flower. And I want you to feel that energy as it expands and moves in all directions. I want you to embrace yourself in that love, that unconditional love. and send out that same love to all beings. Now let's move our awareness down to our solar plexus. Your solar plexus is located about 6 inches above your belly button. As you move your awareness down there, I want you to imagine a yellow lotus flower opening up and bringing your awareness into the center of that lotus flower. This is where our will resides, our inner strength, our goals. Just move yourself into that energy and feel that energy. Remember, we're not doing anything, we're just being. Allow yourself to be guided. Now bring your awareness down to your sacral. The sacral is located between the hips, below the belly button, where our sexual organs are. I want you to imagine an orange lotus flower opening up. This is where our passion and creativity sits. Bring your awareness into the center of the lotus flower. Allowing that lotus flower to expand in all directions. This is where our self-care and self-love, doing the things that bring us joy, allowing yourself to feel that energy. Now bring your awareness down to your root chakra. This is at the base of your spine. Imagine a red lotus flower opening up. This is where our survival sits. Bring your awareness into the center of the lotus flower. As the lotus flower expands in all directions, feel the connection to Mother Earth. Feel the connection to knowing that all of your needs are being met and will continue to be met. Now, as we go in and ground ourselves to Mother Earth, I want you to feel yourself rooting into Mother Earth as I guide you down into the center. Just rooting yourself, letting yourself go, anchoring yourself into her energy. Bringing your energy down into both of your thighs, your knees, your lower legs, your ankles, your feet, your toes. Bringing that energy down into the ground, into the rocks and dirt, going down the multiple layers of the earth, going down to Gaia, to Mother Earth, connecting with her consciousness, becoming one with her unconditional love. Feel yourself becoming one with her. We thank you, Gaia, for the blessings and graces that you give us. We thank you for all that you do for us on a daily basis. We thank the animals, the plants, the birds, the air, the wind, the water, and the fire for their part in our human experience and soul's evolution. Being filled with gratitude and love, now bringing that energy forth, bringing Mother Earth's energy as she gives it to us freely, bringing it up through the multiple layers of the earth, bringing that energy back up past the rocks and dirt, back up into the ground, into your feet, your ankles, lower legs, knees, thighs, root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart. Now move your energies up to the throat chakra. I'd like you to imagine a blue lotus flower opening up. This is where our truth resides, our communications with others. Feel that lotus flower opening up and expanding in all directions as you bring your awareness within. Feeling the energies as we speak our truth, and we speak the truth with loving ways and loving words. Now bring your awareness up to your third eye. This is between the brows. You're going to imagine a purple lotus flower opening up. As you do so, bringing your awareness into the center as it expands in all directions. This is where our intuition or our connection to a higher self resides. Feeling those energies of being guided, of the knowings, of the nudges, of the visions, of the hearing, the whispers in our ears of what we should be doing to continue to be on that path. What is for our highest and greatest good, and for those who are around us and surround us. Allowing that energy to expand. Now bring your awareness up to the crown chakra. The crown chakra is right above your head, outside of your body. Imagine a white lotus flower opening up. This is where our connection to wisdom and to the divine creator resides. Feel yourself moving into that energy as the lotus flower expands in all directions, allowing ourselves to be guided, knowing the truth that we are all one. Now bring your awareness up to the sun. Allow yourself to feel the warmth of the sun on your face, the life force energy. Feeling the energy of the sun on your body into each and every single cell. Bathing in that healing energy. Now bring your awareness up to the full moon, where the feminine energies resides. This is called the pink moon. This is a very powerful moon. Even though the full moon energies were the highest yesterday, we still have the energies for 3 more days. During the full moon, we do a release of letting go of things no longer that serve us, so that we can make room for the things that we desire in our life, which we plant during the new moon. This moon is also requiring us to be grateful for all that we have. For all the things in our life that we are grateful for, so that more can come forward. I'd like everybody to take a few minutes at this point and go ahead and say the things that you are grateful for in your mind towards the moon, and then also recognizing the things that you'd like to release and asking the energies of the moon to help assist with that. So let's take a few minutes and do a release and do some gratitude.
The Galactic Mountain so much, he's a regular. All right. Thank you, One Divineness. That's for you. That's for you. Thank you, everyone. Gosh, let me get this off. That ain't off. I told you I would. This. How can I get? Oh, okay. Yeah, I want that off. This comes from Brother Charles. Oh, why would it come off? Charles Henderson. He is on. Well, thank you guys. Facebook under Charles Henderson. He makes pipes. He makes knives. I got this from him. He gifted